In this video we're going to be talking about CCIV Stock, Churchill Capital 4 and the potential merger that's practically complete now, just waiting on the announcement really, with Lucid Motors. Now, full disclaimer here, I am a big believer in Lucid Motors. I really like the product, I really like where they're at long term. I just want to highlight a couple of words of warning for you guys today, just so you don't become a bag holder with this company in the short to medium term and don't end up on the hype bandwagon essentially. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, stick around after the intro, smash that like button and consider subscribing to my channel. That would be absolutely amazing. See you in there. Hey guys, welcome into the video. So here we are talking about CCIV Stock, Churchill Capital. Now the share price has absolutely flown 30% over the last few days because of course it is rumoured to be nearing its deal with Lucid Motors and was up more than 30% on Tuesday. Even the share price itself, the sale of shares, was halted due to volatility following the headline. And CCIV year to date is up more than 400% with such gains from the speculation of the agreement. So as we can see here, the share price is currently $53.92 a share, up from just $10.01 a share on the 6th of January, representing a massive return on your investment, of course. Now, Lucid Motors is doing particularly well at the moment. The factory has been completed over in North America in Casa Grande in Arizona with the initial capacity of 30,000 units production and then phased expansion increasing up to 400,000 units in the future. So you ask, what is the bad news? Why is there a warning in place? What's going on? So this company is still a little while away from getting the production started and actually getting these cars in the hands of customers. So moving on to reserving your Lucid motor, you can see that if you order now, you're not getting yours until early 2022, which is obviously a considerable time period away. Good news, however, is that there are dealerships opening all across the United States. Here you can see here in Newark, Beverly Hills, San Jose, Miami, Palm Beach, Riviera Beach, all of these either open or due to open quite soon, but they're not quite open yet. And this leads me to the intrinsic reason for producing this video. Now, the current market cap of this company is nearly $14 billion as it stands at the moment without any completion date in mind. That represents quite a high risk in comparison to where the original capital came from at $10 a share. And if this deal for whatever reason doesn't go through, then you can expect this to fall back to $30 a share or less. So there is high risk in that respect, but most people now expect this merger to go through. All I also want to say is that there is a lot of FOMO around at the moment. People are piling in, investors are piling into this company at a phenomenal rate based on this news and getting really excited about it. And this reminds me so much of what happened with Hyliion earlier on. And you can see exactly the same sort of timeline. So initially you have $10 a share way back when, and then rumours start to circulate and it starts to happen, and the share price eventually comes up to near to the merger date at maxing out at $58 a share, and then there is a sharp sell-off afterwards down to $29 and then all the way back down to the $17 region. And that is because Hyliion isn't getting its products out into the marketplace at the moment. It's taking a few pre-orders, it's working with its manufacturers, but there's no production going on at the moment. They're very early stages in prototype and testing, and this is similar to where Lucid Motors is as well. And that is something to be aware of, because we all know that the intrinsic value of companies is based on their revenue, and these companies aren't producing that much revenue at the moment. I'm not saying that Lucid Motors isn't going to produce a lot of revenue in the future. It's just right here, right now. It's still very early days for this company. So does it command a $53 share price? Not so much. So do be careful being caught up with the hype on this one, or you could end up bag holding essentially and waiting quite a long time before the share price re-hits that point. And I'm sure it certainly will, and I'm sure Hyliion will at some point. I mean, I'm personally down 15% on Hyliion, so I'm doing a little bit of bag holding as well. But if anybody bought in at these points here at $50 a share, they're going to be waiting, unless they've averaged down, they're going to be waiting a long time to get that money back. And essentially in the meantime, it is just dead money, guys. So do bear that in mind going forward when you're starting to look into investing in Lucid Motors. Of course, I'm just a guy on YouTube. I could get this completely wrong and the share price could go on flying up to $100 or more. Unusual for a SPAC to go that high before the merger's completed, or in completion of the merger period, but it is just well worth considering just what you're buying at the moment. At the moment, it is mainly hype. There is products along, and Lucid is a better company than some out there in terms of getting this product going and having a factory in place. As you can see, the factory here is now being built, but it is not enormous, let's face it. I mean, you can, when you look at the sort of size of the gigafactories that Tesla's starting to build all over the place. I know it is early days, trust me guys, I do know, but this factory is quite small, so they're not going to be ravaging and bringing in huge amounts of revenue immediately. 30,000 units isn't a large amount in the grand scheme of things, especially when you start commanding a $14 billion share, market cap at the moment. So I would expect there to be a sell-off afterwards, after the merger's completed, or after there's a merger date announced, maybe in the run-up to it. And I'm just warning you guys, just in case you're getting involved too quickly, and just to be aware of exactly what you're doing, that's all. I do love this company, I love the product, I love exactly what it's doing and taking the fight to Tesla. Somebody has to, let's face it, and I'm hopefully going forward in the future, I will increase and consolidate my position in this company. At the moment, the share price seems to have leapt way too high, and I don't really want to average up at the moment, so I'm going to play patient with this one, just as a little disclaimer there. So Lucid Motors and CCIV Stock, absolutely excellent company, Lucid Motors, going forward. I'm not knocking the company at all. I'm just remarking against the value of this company at the moment, the $53 a share with such a small factory available, closer to having a product and getting the product into the hands of customers, but I think we are still quite away from scale. However, as I mentioned, this could easily keep pumping up with the FOMO that's in the market and the ridiculous price sales and price earnings ratios that electronic car companies seem to get. That is that. For me personally, I'm sitting and waiting. It is completely up to you. I've given my thoughts and I've given my opinion in this video. If you like what I've said and you carry on buying anyway, then kudos to you. I hope you do make money. But yeah, I've given my opinion and I'm happy with that. If this video has brought you some value, do please consider smashing the like button and subscribing to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in another investing episode. Catch you later.